high school basketball on your local sports leader. Classic Hits 97.9 XFM. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Welcome, everybody, to Altamont High School as we are back for the 89th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. It's the final night of quarterfinal play as the opening contest hits the Dieterich Moving Maroons, the 2 seed, versus the 7 seed, the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles. I'm Matt Robinson. Dustin White and I will have the call of the action as we're set up for a couple of entertaining games, we think, as the opener, as we just mentioned, will be followed up by Altamont and South Central as, again, this NTC tournament never seems to disappoint, Dustin.
Yeah, we got the 2-7 game to get started. You know, the second seeded Dieterich comes in here. Not a surprise going into the seedings that they came out of it with the number 2 seed. St. Elmo Brownstown, going to be an interesting matchup for them, though. Could certainly cause some problems. And then following up with a 3-6 game, Altamont popped up into that 3 spot with a big win over North Clay right before the seeding. Got themselves into that 3 spot, but they're going to face the South Central team. They've already played once, and South Central came out on the top side of that thing. So a lot of intrigue there. And really just, there's no such thing as a bad night at the National Trail Conference Tournament. So no matter how the games go, we'll certainly have some fun with it.
Nice crowd already filling in from both schools in this opening contest between St. Elmo Brownstown and Dieterich. And, of course, we know it'll continue to fill up with Altamont and South Central in the nightcap. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more pregame information on the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
For all your transportation needs, see Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota as they celebrate 65 years of serving the area.
Altamont High School is the place to be for the 89th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Final night of quarterfinal action as it's Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown in our opener, the 2 and 7 seed. It'll be followed up by Altamont and South Central tonight, the matchup between the 3 and 6 seed. And we both had a chance to talk with Greg Fiesel before the ball game, and he realizes it's an uphill challenge facing this good Dieterich basketball team, but he's also going to be a couple of players short, and that's not going to help anything for their cause. But he said, got to play the hand we're dealt, and if there's anybody that's good at that, it's veteran coach Greg Fiesel from St. Elmo Brownstown.
Well, nobody involved in this tournament's been around for more games here than Greg has, and he's been through all the trials, and he'll find a way to keep them competitive. I have no doubt about it. And who knows, I don't think he certainly wasn't ruling himself out. No coach is going to have that mindset. But there's no good week to have players unavailable, but this is certainly one of the more disappointing times that you could have be without your full complement of players.
And every team goes through these type of stuff, whether it be injury, ineligibility, whether it be sickness, as we've seen already affect the tournament some. And Dieterich has a key sub that was playing a lot of minutes for him, and Ezra Cook is not available for the club, as well as he's been out for a little while now, suffering an injury, and unfortunately doesn't look like he'll be able to return this year except for maybe right at the end, and that would be a maybe at best, is my understanding.
Yeah, and he saw some minutes for them, certainly a meaningful player to their team, but again, a guy off the bench as opposed to part of their pretty much starting five from the start of the season on.
And another player that just also suffered a hand injury for the Dieterich Moving Maroons is Tanner Niemerg, the 6'3 junior, won't be available this week either. And while he didn't play a ton of minutes for Dieterich, it's still disappointing and frustrating for a kid to just not be able to be a part of such a great tournament like this National Trail Conference tournament. Good news is he's a junior. He'll be able to come back next year and play on this big floor in front of this big crowd at Altamont High School. It is a great atmosphere. If you have the opportunity, check it out. And if you can't be here, you can check out the live stream over on 97.9 XFM's YouTube page, as Caleb and Liz have that going for us. You can listen online and listen on the radio as well, as Gail's back at the studios engineering the broadcast, and we always appreciate everybody's help in order to make these games possible to bring to you in whatever way you take them in. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups for Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
McMahon Meats would like to wish all area teams good luck this basketball season. Join the McMahon Meats Loyalty Club. Text BACON to 217-515-MEAT to receive a text with our weekly specials, along with a coupon for 1 pound of bacon free with a minimum $50 purchase. McMahon Meats, where quality and convenience meet tradition.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Welcome to Altamont High School as we get set for the matchup between the 2-seeded Dieterich Moving Maroons and the 7-seeded St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles. Dustin White has the call of the action and your starting lineup.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. St. Elmo Brownstown, number 7 seed, like you said, Greg Fiesel, the head coach, 9-9 on the year. They're going to go with Gavin Sanders, a 5'9 senior. He wears number 3, 3.1 points a game this year. Vadim Plum, he is a 5'8 senior. He wears number 11, just a hair under 6 points a game for the Eagles this year. Then you get into the big scorers. You got Lowell Wilhauer. He's a 5'10 senior. He wears number 15, 16.4 points per game. And just ahead of him, I mean, literally 1 or 2 more points than him all season long, is Graydon Wilhauer. He's a 5'11 sophomore. He wears number 32, 16.5 points a game for him. Trenton Monet rounds out the starting lineup, a 6'4 senior wearing number 50, 3.7 points a game for the Eagles. For Dieterich, Coach Brent Bonoff's team comes in with a fine. Landon Keck, the 6' senior, he wears number 3, 12.4 points a game for Landon. Jackson Funneman, who did tweak an ankle in practice the other day, we understand, but is going to give it a go in the starting lineup. He's a 6' senior. He wears number 12, 5.4 points per game. It feels like Jackson Funneman's been in high school for a long time. He's been contributing to varsity sports there basically since the word go. Brock Niemerg is a 6'2 junior, the only non-senior in the starting lineup. Brock wears number 13. He is coming in at 9 points a game even. And finally, the leading scorer for the Moving Maroons, it's Lucas Westendorf, a 6'2 senior. He wears number 23. And like Graydon Wilhauer, the leading scorer on the other side of things, 16.5 points a game for Lucas Westendorf. So those are your starters, Matt. Second-seeded Dieterich, seventh-seeded St. Elmo Brownstown. They are getting ready to duke it out there for a chance to play in the championship semifinals in a couple of nights.
Well, I tell you what, you look at this conference, and we talk about it from year to year. St. Elmo Brownstown, out of a 9-team conference, comes into this with a record of 9-9, and they're the 7th seed.
Right.
Most conferences that you go into, by the time you get to the bottom third, so to speak, of the rankings of a conference, you're looking at teams that definitely don't have 500 records.
Right.
And it just goes to show the quality that's played in the NTC year in, year out.
For sure. There's a lot of leagues where a 2-7 game does not have the potential to be the kind of battle that we might have tonight. But this one certainly has that potential. Monet for St. Elmo Brownstown, going to tip it up against Westendorf for Dieterich. They're in the circle. The ball is up. The tip is controlled by the Eagles, and here we go. Quarterfinals of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Bringing it up the floor is Lowell Wilhauer. Goes to his right, picks up the dribble on the wing, looking for a teammate, and has to bounce it back out top. Holding it is Graydon Wilhauer, so we'll have to differentiate between our Wilhauers, and there is another Wilhauer, Jack, who comes off the bench for the St. Elmo Brownstown team. They're working around the perimeter. It was knocked loose from Plum. He went to the seat of his pants to get the loose ball, found Gavin Sanders with it. Sanders back to Plum. They'll set things back up. Now Graydon Wilhauer has it, high post to Monet. He wants to go to the basket, has to pick up his dribble as the help comes over, leaves it back out for Lowell Wilhauer. He kicks it out, and they're back out around the perimeter.
He's working a good man-to-man to open this up.
Patient trip for the Eagles, but that patience is sort of something they've been pushed into. Now, Monet holds it out on the right wing, throws a pass out top, tough catch, and able to secure it is Lowell Wilhauer at the timeline. Now trying to dribble around the right is Plum, and as he was trying to circle around the free throw line, had a player try to reach from behind and knock it away and get called for the foul.
That was Lucas Westendorf with his first, obviously the team's first in the first minute of this ball game. That ball got tipped, and that's what allowed Wilhauer to go in the backcourt to get that ball back.
I couldn't see for sure if he crossed over the line or not. I knew it was close, but since the ball was tipped, they got to keep it. So St. Elmo Brownstown has had the ball the entire game, and we are a minute, 10 seconds into it. And they still haven't taken a shot either. Now a pass at the feet of Monet. He couldn't control it cleanly. He tracked it down just shy of the timeline. So right now, St. Elmo Brownstown really just having a tough time figuring out what they want to do or what they can do against this Dieterich man defense. They are still working around the perimeter. Now a pass knocked loose. Tanner Will with the steal pushes it ahead. Streaking to the basket as Brock Niemerg missed the layup, but Jackson Funneman following the play gets the offensive rebound. He's fouled in the act of shooting, and Dieterich, after a minute and a half possession or so for St. Elmo Brownstown and in a turnover, it took Dieterich about a second and a half to get the ball up the floor and get to the free throw line.
Foul whistled against Lowell Wilhauer of the Eagles, as Funneman looked pretty good getting up and down the court with that tender ankle. Made the first free throw as well, so it is the Moving Maroons who score the first point of the evening. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Second free throw, that's off. I could see that one out of the hand. It wasn't in there. Now you got a tie-up between Monet and Westendorf for the rebound, and the possession arrow is going to favor Dieterich. It wasn't tied up for long, but long enough in the eyes of the official.
Now off the baseline inbound, they find Westendorf. Thought about a three, now pass into the paint. Going up strong is Landon Keck. He was fouled. I believe Monet's going to pick up the foul here.
I don't see how it couldn't be Monet. As you mentioned strong, Monet is definitely strong in there.
He's the biggest kid on the floor. There's no doubt about that, but he does pick up foul number one and sends Dieterich back to the free throw line. Keck's first is good, so he's got a point. 2-0 lead for the Maroons. Keck, senior who came to Dieterich from Sisney. He started out his high school career in Sisney, but he's been with the Moving Maroons for a while now. Second free throw also good. 2 points for him. 3-0 lead for the second-seeded Dieterich Moving Maroons. So St. Elmo Brownstown still in search of its first shot of the game, and that's not going to happen there as Lowell Wilhauer had it poked away from him. Second Eagle turnover. Brock Niemer got to the bucket, but then decided to pass back to a teammate. That one got away. Going to the floor for it is Plum. He throws it up ahead, and there is a nifty little move to the basket from Lowell Wilhauer in transition. Turned his back to the basket as he made that layup. Gets the Eagles within 1, 3-2.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity there for the Eagles, and Wilhauer made it happen.
So off of Dieterich's first turnover of the game, the Eagles get their first points, but then Lucas Westendorf with a strong move to the right side of the bucket. Got that one to go in off the glass. 2 for him and a 5-2 Dieterich lead.
Kind of leaned around Monet to get that shot up and in.
Well, Westendorf is just a scorer, and he will find a way to get the ball put in the bucket any given game. There's just not too many quiet nights for him. So, Eagles with the ball back. Working it around 30 feet from the basket. Now they back it out and set the offense back up. Holding out top is Braden Wilhauer. Long pass across the floor to Vadim Plum, and they seem like they're wanting to see if Dieterich will come out a little bit. And maybe they can spread that defense and attack a little bit. But right now, Dieterich's playing it conservative out top. They get a high post to Monet. Now he kicks over for an open wing 2. Long two-pointer for Lowell Wilhauer. Had a toe on the line. So he's got 4, and the Eagles are back within 1. Dieterich quickly up the floor the other way. Niemer thought about driving from the wing. Instead decided to kick back out to Westendorf. Over on the other side, Will gets the kick. Skip pass. Westendorf is open for a 3. Left it a little short. Now another tussle for the rebound. And again, it was Braden Wilhauer who had the hand on it first. Brock Niemer came over and tied him up.
Immediately, yeah.
It's going to stay with Dieterich, but there's a couple of defensive rebounds for St. Elmo Brownstown that Dieterich has been able to tie up on.
Yeah, it actually goes to St. Elmo Brownstown as it's the second possession arrow we've had already in this game. We've seen a substitution for Dieterich, as well as Bonoff is in the ball game.
Bryce Bonoff, the 6'3 freshman. He is the coach's son, but he's a heck of a ball player, and he is a good contributor for this team off of the bench. Gives him good 6-man minutes.
Well, the Eagles really spreading the court, going 5 out. And again, like you said earlier, trying to create opportunities for flashers through the lane and maybe a drive or two if someone can beat someone off the dribble.
Right now, Dieterich kind of stepping out, but kind of not giving in so far. But we did see St. Elmo Brownstown eventually trigger for a shot and get something to go their last time down the floor. Right now, though, everything is happening a long way away from the basket. Now the ball's poked loose, and it's on the floor. It rolls all the way to the baseline. Who touched it last? There's lots of choices. And the side official says that it was off a blue jersey, so it's going to be St. Elmo Brownstown's 3rd turnover.
We've got Jack Wilhauer in the ball game just to make Dustin struggle a little bit more with keeping the low hot.
So we got the triumvirate of Wilhauers on the floor right now.
Well, he is the brother of Lowell. Graydon is a cousin to the pair.
Well, we've been through the T-Town crucible of having 3 Niebergys in the starting lineup, so we will make the Wilhauers work. Meanwhile, nifty move to the basket. Landon Tech knifing through the lane. He gets the layup to go. 4 for him. Dieterich back up 3, 7-4. Now the ball's loose again, and Niemer is going to come away with a steal, gets it to a teammate, and we'll push it the other way. That is Bonoff going to the basket off the 4th St. Elmo Brownstown turnover, and a strong move for the freshman to the basket. Bryce Bonoff has got his first 2 points, and the Maroons have opened up a 5-point lead.
Well, if this was a game of possession time, it would be easily won by the Eagles, but on the scoreboard, it's 9-4 Dieterich as they attack quickly.
We're 2:54 to go in this opening quarter. St. Elmo Brownstown just hasn't put up a whole lot of shots yet. They've been tested by the Dieterich defense and have been patient, haven't forced anything, but also have run the kind of possessions that make the proponents of a shot clock in Illinois say, see, this is what we want. Not that I agree with them, but that's another conversation for another day. We have time to talk about it, though, because right now Vadim Plum has still got the ball out at the center circle. Tried to throw a pass to Wilhauer. Ball tipped away. Tanner Will got the steal, went down to the basket, put up the shot fake, let the defense fly by, and then got it to go. His layup gives him 2. It's a 7-point game. Dieterich with the lead. St. Elmo Brownstown with a timeout. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Dieterich 11. St. Elmo Brownstown 4. Back in a minute here on 97.9 XFM. Dieterich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Dieterich Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life. recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Oh, Greg Fiesel, the St. Elmo Brownstown coach, gets the timeout. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. His Eagles facing their largest deficit of the night, 11-4, and just not a lot coming together so far for them, Matt.
It's the disruptive defense of Dieterich, and in particular, Tanner Will has forced 3 of the 5 turnovers for the Eagles. They've made both the shots that they've taken by Lowell Wilhauer, just not enough shots because they haven't been able to take care of the ball.
They've got the basketball currently, very nearly a travel out top.
Benji Lau in the game.
Benji Lau, number 34, a 6'1 sophomore. Lowe, we will do our best not to call him low, but I can't promise that I will avoid every slip-up. Lau has the ball currently, then tried to throw a pass to a teammate. The problem is that Calvin Belker, I believe, is also, do I see him out there?
Possibly.
Do I see a number 12? I don't. No. He was trying to throw it to a teammate and went out of bounds. It's a turnover. Belker is not in the game. I apologize. Anyway, it's Dieterich basketball. 7-point lead for the Maroons. Minute and a half to go. Landon Keck faked to drive in. Now kick back out. Niemerg missed a three-pointer from the corner. Rebound comes down and is controlled by Lau. He had it poked away from behind, but the Eagles were able to recover the basketball. Elmo Brownstown working it around the perimeter. Now just pulling up for a three-pointer. That's Graydon Wilhauer, and he got that one to go. Quick shot for the sophomore. He drilled it from the wing, and it's an 11-7 Dieterich lead.
Not a lot's gone right for the Eagles, but they're only down 4 with a minute to play in the first.
They're making their shots when they get them. They just need to figure out a way to be able to take them a little bit more often.
I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to figure out this defense for the Eagles. I think it's kind of a diamond in one with them guarding Westendorf.
Well, Tanner Will says, I'll go ahead and take a three-pointer, and they were kind of leaving him open, and he made him pay for it, drilled it. He's got 5, back to a 7-point Dieterich lead, equaling the Maroons' largest of the night. 32 seconds left in the first quarter clock. Eagles with the basketball. Holding it out just a step inside the midcourt line was Lowell Wilhauer. Then he threw it over to Graydon Wilhauer. I might call these guys by their first names. Jack is over in the corner now. He cuts around to the free throw line, but it's Vadim Plum with it currently. He throws it past Wilhauer, trying to come across the screen, got into the paint, kicked it back out. They're swinging it around now. Can't get the shot. 5 seconds left. Challenged shot by Graydon Wilhauer goes out of bounds, and with 3.2 seconds left, the Eagles will keep the basketball, but they're going to have to inbound it.
Rare attack of the basket, but Dieterich responded by knocking it away.
Inbounding it is the trigger man. They're going to have to fire up a long three-pointer, and that was Jack Wilhauer, who tried to take it from the deep wing. Didn't have enough on it as the buzzer sounded, and that's how the quarter will end. Dieterich doubling up St. Elmo Brownstown after a period. It's Maroons 14, Eagles 7. Back with the second quarter in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers. Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
NTC quarterfinals. Starting the second quarter between Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown. Maroons have the basketball in a 14-7 lead. We'll get to the first quarter stats with Matt Robinson in just a moment. But the play has started out on the court. Again, Dieterich's got the ball. Tanner Will gives it off to Bryce Bonoff. He drove in from the wing a couple of steps. Now he's picked up his dribble, looking for a teammate. Skips it over to Niemer. Niemer crashes into the paint. Then had the ball knocked away from behind. Dieterich's first turnover of the quarter, courtesy of Jack Wilhauer, who poked it free. Gets it to Lowell Wilhauer, who drove into the paint, kicked out for an open three, and knocking that one down is Gavin Sanders, his first 3 points of the game. And back to a 4-point game as St. Elmo Brownstown hasn't taken many shots, Matt, but they've made them count.
They're 4 of 6 from the field, and that includes 2 of 3 now from beyond the arc.
Will drives in, kicks out. Niemer, a three-pointer from the corner. That one's no good. Rebounds on the floor. Batted out of bounds, and I think Dieterich touched it last. They did, as Jackson Funneman was fighting for that one.
Side of the night so far in the first quarter, each team with 1 rebound that was clean. Everything else was either tied up or knocked out of bounds. Dieterich 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 at the free throw line, 1 of 3 from deep. St. Elmo Brownstown 3 of 5 from the field. They did not attempt a free throw, and 1 of 2 from long range. The Eagles had 6 turnovers to Dieterich's 1 back in the first quarter.
Trenton Monet back in the game as Jack Wilhauer took a seat for St. Elmo Brownstown. Eagles have the basketball. They trailed by 4. They've been down by as many as 7, including the opening of this quarter. There's a pass intended for a man down on the blocks, knocked out of bounds by the Maroons. So kicked by Will. He's been interrupting everything the Eagles have tried to do. Off the baseline inbound, they get it to Gavin Sanders. He doesn't have a shot, so he'll get it out top to Plum. Plum looking for a screen, got it momentarily, but couldn't do anything with it, so he'll leave it back for Graydon Wilhauer. Back over to Plum. Plum on the wing. Thought about passing, didn't do it at first, then got it to Lowell Wilhauer, cutting to the top, and back over to Plum, now holding way away from the basket. Then Eagles going to the spread offense, and it's working. Well, and it just did right there. As they spread the floor, then Lowell Wilhauer said, I'm going to drive one-on-one to the basket. Got the righty layup to go. 6 for him. And back to now a 2-point game, as close as the Eagles have been in a minute. So Dieterich with the ball. There's nice. A good cut to Bonoff. Nice pass from Tanner Will to Bonoff, cutting down to the basket. Couldn't get the shot to go, but Bonoff was fouled, so the freshman going to go to the free throw line. It was a nice back cut, and the defense obviously didn't stay with it, but it was a pretty good pass that kind of threaded the needle. And when Trenton Monet came over to help, he got a little too aggressive and picked up his second foul, first for the Eagles this quarter. So his return to the floor is going to be short-lived, as there are a couple of St. Elmo Brownstown subs at the scorer's table. Bonoff's first free throw is good. He's got 3. Into the game is Benji Lau. He's been in before, and, of course, Jack Wilhauer checked back in. He had just sat down, so Sanders joins Monet on the bench for the Eagles. Westendorf returned for Dieterich, and having a seat was Brock Niemer. Second free throw, no good for Bonoff, but Westendorf just into the game. Gets the offensive rebound, puts that up and in, and a 2-point lead turned into 5 on that trip down the floor for the Maroons as Westendorf gets his 4th points of the night. 17-12, Dieterich leads. They're playing defense right now. Lau has it, right wing. Now decides to pull the trigger on a 3 and got it to go. Benji Lau, the 6'1 sophomore, hit that one from a step behind. I think his defender thought he's not going to pull the trigger from here, and he sure did. And I'm not sure he thought he was going to. Well, Landon Keck decided that nobody's going to pick him up as he crossed midcourt with the ball, took a 3-pointer. That one was off the mark. Jack Wilhauer with the rebound for the Eagles. They could tie or take the lead on this possession. Yeah, they could, and they've been shooting extremely well. 3 for 3 from the floor this quarter after 3 for 5 in the first quarter. Graydon Wilhauer has it right now, dribbles around from one wing to the other. Lau, another 3-pointer. It's good! Benji Lau, 2 straight 3-pointers, 6 for him. First lead of the game for St. Elmo Brownstown. It's 18-17. He looked a lot more confident with that shot, didn't he? Well, now he's got to be feeling it a little bit. Westendorf, though, is going to go to the basket, get the shot to go, and Lau fouled him as it went in. Boy, so Lucas Westendorf with the big-time answer. He's got 6 points and the N1 to come. He's so deceptive as far as trying to get in front of him. Lau tried to do the right thing and get in front and take a charge, but Westendorf read it, slid off to the side just enough to where it was a blocking foul on Benji, his first, team second this quarter. Gavin Meinhardt, a 5'10 sophomore, into the game for the first time for Dieterich as Jackson Funneman takes a seat. Westendorf lines up the free throw. It's off the mark, and we've got a foul going for the rebound. It looks like maybe Meinhardt just in the game might have picked up his first foul.
Called him for the push, trying to get to that offensive rebound. And like I say, his team's first, 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the second quarter.
But the shot for Westendorf did put Dieterich back in the lead, 19-18, 4.5 minutes to go before halftime here. We got a good battle between the 2 and 7 seeds. There's a steal out top. Westendorf poked it away from Lau and beat Lau down the floor. St. Turnover of the quarter, and Westendorf's got 8 points. But the Eagles rush it down the floor on the baseline. Tough catch for Lowell Wilhauer, and then a defender kind of got a little too bodily with him. I don't know if that's made any sense or not. He fouled him. How about I just stop trying to be fancy and say he fouled him?
Gavin Meinhardt's second here. He just got in the game and picked up a couple of quick ones.
So St. Elmo Brownstown will keep the basketball, but the Eagles are going to get called for an offensive foul away from the basketball after they got it inbounded.
They say Vadim Plum got a little too aggressive with his screen, apparently. So it'll be his first and team's third, so that's starting to become a number to watch with 4:19 to play in the second.
Kyle Caldwell's in Norman, Oklahoma tonight, Matt.
Yeah.
He is kicking in the game. We've gotten a few notifications, but he's the farthest away so far from people who have let us know. As Dieterich gets the ball with a 3-point lead. Westendorf's pulling up for a mid-range jumper. Got that one to go from the elbow. Lucas Westendorf starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 10, and his Maroons are back up 5.
8 in the quarter.
So a 23-18 game. St. Elmo Brownstown is hung tough, but they could sure use a bucket here. Graydon Wilhauer tried to drive, got bumped, got the ball back after passing to a teammate, and Graydon Wilhauer makes another three-pointer. He's got a couple triples tonight, and he's got his Eagles back within 2 as what Greg Fiesel's club is shooting it.
Yeah, and if they weren't, they would be in big trouble. But they're 5 for 5 this quarter, 4 of them from beyond the arc.
Tanner Will drove in from the top of the key, now left it behind him, and Landon Keck coming around that play. Rises on an 18-footer. He's good. He's got 6, and it's back to a 4-point Dieterich lead. So both teams shooting the ball pretty well at the moment. 3:12 to go in the second quarter, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, and now the Eagles go back to the spread offense. They've been flipping back and forth between that and the cutting offense.
Well, Greg was worried with some of the guys that he was missing tonight, exactly how it was going to look, but I think he has to be pretty pleased with how his team has responded so far.
Yeah, again, the shooting, unbelievable.
Eagles have it, looking for an opening to put up another one of those shots along the baseline. Tough catch on a pass to Wilhauer. Now a floater in the lane. That's a pretty tough look. That one was in and out. Tanner Will with a strong rebound for Dieterich. He's got 5 points, but he's done a lot of other nice things for the Maroons.
That's the first defensive rebound for Dieterich tonight.
You can hardly believe that with 2.5 minutes left to go in the half as Landon Keck driving in and absorbing some contact, got fouled on the shot, couldn't get it to go, but the senior's going to have a couple free throws.
He's been able to basically penetrate almost at will, and that time he got into the lane to about 6 or 8 feet and got bumped. Foul whistled on Benji Lau. He's got 2 on the board for Benji.
Yeah, he's got 2.
I must have mismarked. Yep, I did. I put the line below him.
A blocking foul on Westendorf earlier in the game. Keck makes the first of 2 free throws. He's got 7.
And see, that penetration is causing trouble for the big guys in the last line of defense for the Eagles, as Lau has 2 and Monet has 2.
Back into the game for Dieterich is Brock Niemerk replacing Gavin Meinhardt in the lineup. Keck going to try to make it a 2-for-2 trip here. And he does. He's got 8. Maroons back up by 6. Now a late sub in the game is Vadim Plum. Checks back in for the Eagles. And having a seat is Gavin Sanders. So with 2:24 left, it's going to be St. Elmo Brownstown basketball. They've been down by as many as 7 points in this game, down 6 currently. They've also had a 1-point lead during the second quarter, so it's been a good battle so far. Eagles working the basketball. Plum came around the top of the key. I think he at least thought about pulling the trigger on a three-pointer. Did no such thing. A couple more passes now. And Lau had the ball at the top, gives it to Graydon Wilhauer, drives the baseline, and kicks it out. That's Lowell Wilhauer, Graydon Wilhauer, rather, who put up the three-pointer. That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Bonoff, who's back in the game for Dieterich. Tanner Will will walk it across the timeline. lobs one in, trying to lob it into Westendorf, and that one didn't have the touch on it. Sails out of bounds. A rare turnover for Dieterich, their second of the quarter.
In my mind, right idea, just poor execution. They saw that there was a mismatch inside with Westendorf. Just couldn't get him the ball in the block.
And Westendorf, you know, he can pretty much take anybody on the floor one-on-one when he wants to. So getting it to him on the block, not the worst idea. But St. Elmo Brownstown gets the ball back with a half-dozen-point deficit. Minute and a half to go before halftime. Right now they're throwing it around out top, but even the Dieterich defense stretched out, making that tough. Driving in is Lowell Wilhauer, kicks out to Lau. And Lau has got another three-pointer. 9 for Benji Lau, equaling his season-high point output in the first half. Is it the 27-24 game?
Now they spread the court, but then the penetration and kick paid off.
Minute to go before halftime. Dieterich with the ball and just a three-point lead. There's a nifty little spin move for Brock Niemerg. First bucket of the game for him as he laid it in off the glass. He's got 2. 29-24 Dieterich leads.
Dieterich 6 of 7 from the field this quarter. You talk about outstanding shooting both ways, particularly here in the second.
Both teams are putting the ball on the hole, and it's fun to watch. 38 seconds left in the half. Spreading it is St. Elmo Brownstown. I'm not saying that they're necessarily looking for the last shot, but they're waiting for an opening. High post, that's Loud. Now decides to take one from just inside the top of the key, just inside the three-point line from the top. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Brock Niemer. He'll bring it up the floor. Nobody stopped the dribble initially, so he thought about driving all the way. Now he backs it back out with 13 seconds left. He's still got the ball, still working on Lau. Wants to get that spin move in. Now picks up his dribble in the paint. A trailing Westendorf puts up an off-balance jumper. That one's no good. 2 seconds left. St. Elmo Brownstown moving it up the floor. Lowell Wilhauer puts up a pretty good look, all things considered, from the wing. Couldn't get that three-pointer to go. And that'll bring a close to the half, but a pretty good one for both teams. As we've got a competitive game here in the quarterfinals of the NTC tournament. Number 2, Dieterich leads number 7, St. Elmo Brownstown, 29-24. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have our halftime show. We'll take a look at the stats from this game, get you set for the rest of the action tonight, and check back at the studio. It's a Wednesday night. I don't know how many scores Gail's going to have back at the studio, but we'll do all that when we are back again at halftime. Dieterich leads St. Elmo Brownstown 29-24. NTC tournament basketball here on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Halftime at Altamont, first of 2 quarterfinal games from the National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. And this one sees number 2 seeded Dieterich with a 5-point lead over number 7 St. Elmo Brownstown. It's 29-24. Maroons had a 7-point lead after 1 quarter of play, a 14-7 advantage. Saw that advantage never get bigger than 7 during the second quarter. And Dieterich actually took a 1-point lead at a certain point during that second quarter, but here at the end of the period, it was a 17-15 advantage for the Eagles, and they pulled within 5 at 29-24. Matt, you've been working on the stats from that first half, and there were so many made shots and so many long possessions. I think you've got it all figured out already, don't you?
It's all taken care of, and amazing shooting. We talked about how well the Eagles were shooting it, and we were right to say that. They missed a couple towards the end of the half, and that let Dieterich actually pass them as far as shooting percentage, as Dieterich shot it extremely well, in particular in the second quarter, where they were 6 of 8 from the field, 11 of 16 overall at 69%. 67% at the free throw line for 6 of 9 shooting, and 1 of 4 from beyond the arc at 25%. Now, part of the reason we were talking about the Eagles and their shooting and shooting so well, it was because they were unbelievable from beyond the arc. 1 of 2 in the first quarter, 6 of 7 in the second quarter, 7 of 9 overall, 78%, 9 of 14 from the field overall at 64%. They have not attempted a free throw yet. Rebounds, not many. 5 for Dieterich, 3 for St. Elmo Brownstown. Now, there were some boards that were tied up that nobody gets the board for in that sense, or a ball knocked out of bounds. These are rebounds that are claimed by a player. And then turnovers-wise, Bombers had trouble, in particular in the first quarter, 6-1 advantage for Dieterich in that first quarter. But Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown each committed 2 turnovers in the second quarter, as St. Elmo Brownstown had 8 total, Dieterich 3 total. Quickly with the individual totals, Lucas Westendorf leads all scorers with 10, 5 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 at the line. He has a rebound. Landon Keck, 2 of 3 from the floor, 4 of 4 at the free throw line with 8 points. Tanner Will, 2 of 2 from the field, 5 points and a rebound, but he forced several steals in the opening minutes of the ball game, 3 for sure. And Jackson Funneman, 1 of 2 from the free throw line with a point and a rebound. Brock Emerg, 1 of 3 from the floor with 2 points and a rebound. And Bryce Bonoff, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He has 3 points and a rebound. For the Eagles, Benji Lau came off the bench. I'm going to change it in my book. That way I just don't see it that way. Lau, 3 of 4 from the field. All of his shots beyond the arc that he made. 9 points and a rebound. Graydon Wilhauer and Lowell Wilhauer, each with 6. Graydon, 2 of 4 from the field with a rebound. Lowell, 3 for 4. He's the only person to make a 2-pointer for the Eagles here in this first half. And Gavin Sanders is 1 for 1. He knocked down a 3. And Jack Wilhauer is 0 for 1. He took that last-second shot, if I remember correctly, at the end of the first half. That was kind of a runner at the buzzer that didn't go. And so that's where we're at here at the half with the team and individual numbers in a 29-24 game that sees Dieterich have the 5-point advantage over St. Elmo Brownstown.
Well, thank you very much for that, Matt. Gail Warner's back at the studio. She tells us she doesn't have any scores to pass along between the fact that it's 6:47 and also a Wednesday night. Not necessarily surprising there's nothing to report there. But why don't we go ahead and send it back to her anyway for another break. We will be back in 90 seconds. Again, it is a 29-24 halftime lead for Dieterich over St. Elmo Brownstown here on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
McMahon Meats would like to wish all area teams good luck this basketball season. Join the McMahon Meats Loyalty Club. Text BACON to 217-515-MEAT to receive a text with our weekly specials, along with a coupon for 1 pound of bacon free with a minimum $50 purchase. McMahon Meats, where quality and convenience meet tradition.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240. Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Well, both teams are out of the locker rooms getting ready for the second half. Dieterich leads St. Elmo Brownstown 29-24. We got some people checking out the game tonight from all over the place. Wayne Schrader's in Montego Bay, Jamaica, checking out the game tonight. Wayne, thanks for being with us. Harley Doty in Effingham, she's also checking out the game, along with Virginia Saltweasel. She's also in Effingham tonight. Bill Hagan lets us know that he's in Olney, checking out the game tonight. So thanks to everybody who is either listening or watching, or both, you know. But we're happy to bring you the live stream of all 14 National Trail Conference tournament games. We do it every year. And it's a fantastic tournament and a good time, Matt.
It certainly is. And the way to let us know where you're watching from, if that's the case, or if you want to pass along that you're listening from somewhere as well, just go to our website at 97.9 XFM, click on the NTC tournament banner that's right there on the front page, and that'll send you to an opportunity to link to the YouTube page, as well as let us know where you're catching the game from.
Why don't we step away for 30 seconds when we come back, the second half between Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Teams getting their final instructions after halftime here. Dieterich and St. Elmo Brownstown are locked up in a good one, 29-24. The second-seeded Maroons with a 5-point lead. Matt, any particular keys to this second half for either team?
Well, the Eagles are going to have to continue to shoot well like they have, but I don't think you can expect either team to shoot as well as they did in the first half. So taking care of the ball, and they did a better job of that in the second quarter, will be big for the Eagles. Dieterich has to continue to pound the glass and look for those opportunities inside and try to force the action a little bit. They like an up-tempo game.
Going to be St. Elmo Brownstown basketball to get this second half underway. Holding it out there is Vadim Plum right now. Gets it over to Graydon Wilhauer, back to Plum. Plum looking for a screen from Monet. Gets himself a three-pointer, left it a little short. Rebound tipped up. Brock Niemerk gets it, and then fouling him from behind. I think it's probably Gavin Sanders there.
I'm afraid it's Monet. Both of them were there. We'll see. You are correct, though, and that's good in a sense for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Yeah.
It's just Sanders first. It would have been the third on Monet.
And Monet's had a little trouble staying in the game. The styles, just the timing of them has not been good for him. And so they do avoid that, but they don't get the shot to go. Now Dieterich with his first possession and having his shot swatted from behind is Jackson Funneman. Coming away with the loose ball rebound was Plum, and St. Elmo Brownstown has the ball back. So Funneman wanted to attack the basket, and a pretty good defensive showing from the Eagles that time. In St. Elmo Brownstown spent a lot of time outside the three-point arc offensively in the first half. Finally getting some shots that they could pull the trigger on, like that three-pointer that Graydon Wilhauer just took. It was off the mark, though, and Lucas Westendorf gets the board for Dieterich.
That was awfully deep and awfully early in the possession. Not sure if that's what the Eagles exactly wanted, but Wilhauer can score, so sometimes you got to give them a little grace out there.
Yeah, maybe a little early quarter heat check just to see exactly how much you're feeling on it, I guess, and, you know, see if you're in rhythm or not, but it didn't go for the Eagles. Now, mid-range jumper is no good. That was missed by Jackson Funneman for Dieterich. And Lowell Wilhauer gets the rebound for the Eagles. Eagles rush it up the floor. Plum faked the man, now step back for a three-pointer. That one was off the mark. Got himself a pretty good look.
Yeah.
Couldn't knock it down. Westendorf gets the rebound, pushes it ahead to Keck. Keck's shot is blocked and out of bounds on the baseline.
Yeah, Keck forced the action there, and it's worked well for him in the first half. That time, the Eagles did a good job of staying straight up and just knocking it out of bounds. So Dieterich, though, will have the inbound opportunity after a sub or two.
Yeah, Bryce Bonoff gets in for Funneman for the Maroons. Sitting down is Monet for the Eagles, and checking in is Benji Lau. The sophomore hit 3 three-pointers off the bench in the first half. Off the baseline inbound, they find Westendorf open for a day and a half on the three-point range. Give him that kind of time, he's going to hit it. Lucas has 13 and Dieterich up 8. It's largest advantage of the game.
Yeah, his man got lost in the shuffle of the inbound play, and that just left Westendorf open for too long.
Vadim Plum catches one out on the wing. Thought about shooting and blown off space. Instead got it over to Gavin Sanders. His three-pointer off the mark, but Vadim Plum with the offensive rebound. They'll set things back up. That three-pointer wasn't particularly close, but maybe hitting that backboard was what allowed the loose ball rebound to carry him to Plum.
The shooting percentage is coming back to earth. Eagles 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Dieterich 1 of 4 from the floor here in the opening 2.5 minutes of the third.
That'd be awfully difficult to keep doing what either team was doing. As trying to attack was Graydon Wilhauer, had the ball come loose, and now the steal for Tanner Will. They've got numbers as they hurry, but a good job by Plum to disrupt the play. I think he gets the foul called against him, and now we've got a technical, and
We'll have to sort it out a little bit. It's technical on Dietrich's number 13, Brock Niemerg. That'll count as a team foul and his first personal foul. And Brent Bonoff is getting an explanation, Seth Bonoff getting an explanation from the official on the technical.
So Dietrich had forced the turnover, and Plum fouled to stop them from having a 3-on-1 break, essentially. And then, again, the technical against the Maroons, going to the free throw line is Lowell Wilhauer. He can't make the first one.
They never put a foul up on the board for Plum, but
it goes as a personal for you, too. Wilhauer splits the pair, made the second. He's got 7, got his Eagles within 7, and now it will be basketball for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Now the officials are sorting it out, and the only thing that got reported to the board was the technical. Now they are going up to the board and reporting Vadim Plum for the personal foul that kind of started it all, so to speak. So it is Vadim's second foul, and it should be the second on the team here in the quarter.
So St. Elmo Brownstown will inbound it on the sideline. They're still trying to figure out who's going to actually trigger that inbound. Looks like Benji Lau is the man who will eventually do it. On the St. Elmo Brownstown side of the court, now they're walking him the other way.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the half-court line because of the technical foul. It's Eagle ball. Or not for long.
Niemerg does stay in the game, by the way, as Westendorf challenged that inbound pass and batted it out of bounds. So we'll walk a little closer to Dieterich's basket. St. Elmo Brownstown will try to inbound again. This time it's not Lau who's going to try to do it. It's going to be Plum trying to throw it in. He bounces it into Graydon Wilhauer. Wilhauer will bring it up against Landon Keck. They get it across the timeline. Plum has it on the wing. Now out top to Graydon Wilhauer. Graydon to Lowell. Lowell to Graydon. Graydon hands off to Plum. Now he hands off to Lowell. They're working a weave out top. That sets up an open three on the wing for Plum. Left it short, though, and the rebound falls into the hands of Niemerg. But Dieterich gets the defensive rebound. They'll push it up the floor to Westendorf. Westendorf thought he might try to back his man down, but instead they'll set up the offense. Holding it out on the right wing. That's Landon Keck. Keck gets it over to Bryce Bonoff. He takes it to the rim. Can't get the shot to go, but he was fouled.
Well, he's got a quick first step, and that enabled him to get around one man. And when the help defense came, there was no way they could get there in time to set up for a charge or anything. All they could do, basically, was prevent the layup with a foul. It's Graydon Wilhauer's first and the team's third.
Bryce Bonoff's got 3 points, including a free throw tonight. Makes the second one here. He's made the first of 2. Sitting down for St. Elmo Brownstown is Gavin Sanders. Jack Wilhauer back into the game. So the Wilhauer's 3 are out there. Currently, as Bonoff's second free throw is also good. He's got 5. Dieterich up 9 now. It's largest lead of the night. 34-25, 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Eagles need a bucket. They've got the basketball. Plum has it right now over to Lowell Wilhauer. Lowell out top to Plum. Back to Lowell Wilhauer. Gets a screen from Lau. They're just working a weave out top again. That's the Jack Wilhauer momentary. Lowell has it now. Wants to go one-on-one with Will. That's not happening, so he bounces it over to Jack. Let go of a corner 3. He was falling away a little bit, missed that one. Westendorf with a rebound, gets it up to Landon Keck, driving the right side. Defense can't get back at time. Keck makes the layup, and he's fouled. Aggressive move for the senior gives him 10 points, and the and one coming.
Yeah, blocking foul whistled there against Benji Lau, and that'll be his third, team's fourth. We're halfway through the third quarter, essentially, and free throws could be coming aplenty for Dieterich.
Well, the free throw missed. But then cleaning up again is Lucas Westendorf. That is the second time tonight that he's gotten an offensive rebound off of a free throw and got the putback. All of a sudden, it's 38-25, a 13-point lead for Dieterich. And Greg Fiesel, the St. Elmo Brownstown coach, will get the timeout. 3:41 left in the third quarter. 38-25. Dieterich leads St. Elmo Brownstown back in 60 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Dieterich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Dieterich Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Well, St. Elmo Brownstown hung tough in the first half, but Greg Fiesel feeling things slipping away a little bit. Got the timeout there, Matt.
Yeah, just 1 point in the quarter. That came off of one of the two technical free throws. Just haven't been able to connect, and they haven't been able to get inside at all either.
Well, and they're going to try it now, and it pays immediate dividends. They got it on the blocks to Trenton Monet. Reverse layup along the baseline is good. His first 2 points of the night. Eagles back within 11.
Nice catch and nice footwork by Monet.
Landon Keck has got it from the right wing. Thought about attacking again. Now instead they're going to reset things, holding it out top of Brock Niemer. Uses a couple dribbles. Gets it over to Westendorf. Westendorf drove to the free throw line. Decided to leave it behind him to Bonoff. Floater in traffic is no good, but a rebound put up. Brock Niemer got the offensive rebound. His shot was blocked, but he comes back. It's actually Bonoff who got the basketball there off of that blocked shot. He goes back up with it, and Bryce is going to go back to the free throw line.
Well, good job by Bryce Bonoff to get in there and grab that ball after it was off of the miss, well, really the blocked shot, as he earns a trip to the line, and Monet picks up his third foul. So both Monet and Lau with 3 fouls apiece for the Eagles.
Bonoff makes the first of 2 free throws. He's got a half dozen.
And that's important for the Eagles with those guys having those fouls because they're the ones that basically play that position.
Monet has the seat. Benji Lau back in the game for the Eagles. Bonoff lining up the second free throw. It's true. He missed 2 for 2 trip. He's got 7 now. 40-27. Dieterich leads. St. Elmo Brownstown quickly down the floor. Plum tried to leave a pass to Lau on the block. Dangerous pass. Get it back out to a teammate. Three-pointer contested for Wilhauer. A little too strong. Rebound to Brock Niemer. He's going to go coast-to-coast himself. Lefty layup is good. Brock Niemer with 4 points. Maroons stretched their lead to 15. Quick three-pointer on the other end, though. And Vadim Plum has his first bucket of the night. And a big one for the Eagles as they stop the bleeding a bit. They're back within a dozen.
After being 7 of 9 in the first half, they're 1 of 8 from beyond the arc here this quarter.
But Landon Keck attacking the basket. Gets another shot to go while being fouled. This is the third time, I believe, that he's trying to complete an and one for the Maroons with 2:24 left. It's a 44-30 score for Dieterich.
As substitution, Bryce Bonoff to the bench. And coming in for the first time, number 5, Braylon Williams for Dieterich.
6-foot senior into the game. Keck can't make the free throw, so he'll have to settle for the 2 points on that trip down the floor. Rebound came down to Plum. Plum, a tough pass up the floor to Lowell Wilhauer, who tracked it down. Tried to go baseline, put that shot up, but it hit the side of the backboard. Westendorf with a rebound down the other end floor. Tanner Will in transition gets the layup to go, and now Dieterich is opening things up. 46-30, a 16-point lead, largest of the night for the Maroons.
Long shots aren't going this quarter for the Eagles, and rebound and push for Dieterich has been effective.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles with the basketball, but it's crunch time for them. Driving in from the wing, now kicking out is Braden Wilhauer, and there's a foul in the paint as he was streaking through there.
He was dishing it off to the corner, but before he could get rid of the ball, a bump and a foul whistled on Landon Keck. It'll be his first, team second here in the third quarter.
Gavin Meinhardt returns to the game for the Maroons. He played some in the first half. He gives Westendorf a break here at the end of the first quarter. Sonoma Brownstown will counter by bringing Gavin Sanders back into the game as Jack Wilhauer takes a seat. Braden Wilhauer got the inbound into Plum, but then his pass is off the mark. Tanner Will with the steal. Goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Battle for this board. Won by Plum. Throws it up the floor to Lau. Now back out. Open three-pointer for Braden Wilhauer. That's off the mark. Tanner Will gets the rebound. He pushes it up to Landon Keck. Keck with the layup and the foul. Up and down action, and Dieterich is the team that finally gets one to go, and Landon Keck is again going to the free throw line, trying to complete a three-point play.
It'll be his third opportunity to three-point play in this ball game. And checking out will be Lau, back in Monet. That foul was on Sanders. Gavin has his second and the team's fifth. So that was on the shot, but more free throws could be coming on any foul in the final 126 of the third.
Keck hits the free throw. Three-point play is good for him. 15 points. Dieterich is going to take a timeout here. 126 to go in the third quarter. Maroons lead Sonoma Brownstown 49-30. Back in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers. Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Well, Dieterich took the time out there with 126 to go in the third quarter. They lead Sonoma Brownstown 49-30, but Matt, they have outscored the Eagles 20-6 in this third quarter.
Yeah, and it's just that shooting percentage we talked about that was so great for the Eagles in the first half. It swung the other direction here in the third.
Well, the harder you have to work and the longer you have to do it, the tougher it gets to knock down those outside shots. Now they get it to Monet in the paint. Lost the dribble. Second Eagles turnover as Brock Emer came out of the fray with the basketball. He wanted to go coast to coast, decided to pull it back out, got it to a teammate, and I think he got it to a teammate, and the teammate fell down looking to see who that was. That was Braylon Williams, who hit the floor, and I think he's saying somebody was stepping on my foot.
I think someone did step on his foot. It was just an awkward situation, and the official went with the travel call. Maybe he didn't see that part of it.
54 seconds left in the third quarter off of Dieterich's first turnover of the third quarter. They haven't done much wrong here in this third period. There's a three-pointer on the way for the Eagles. It's no good for Sanders. The rebound is on the floor. Finally, Plum comes out of there with it, falling away from the free throw line. That jumper's off the mark. Monet gets the offensive rebound this time, so a third bite at the apple for the Eagles. Down to 30 seconds on the third quarter clock.
Those are the third offensive rebound, second and third, I should say, for the Eagles in the game.
Lowell Wilhauer getting into the paint this time. There's a point-blank shot, just can't get it to go. And Gavin Meinhardt gets the rebound this time for Dieterich. So 3 shots that trip, and the Eagles can't get anything to go. Landon Keck going to walk it across the timeline. 7 seconds left on the third quarter clock. There's a tough pull-up jumper just inside the arc. Couldn't make it. Monet with the rebound. He didn't give the heave, gave it to a teammate instead. Lowell Wilhauer chucked it from midcourt, but I'm not sure he got it off in time. Not sure how much of a difference it was going to make, as it was a big third quarter for Dieterich. After 3 periods of play, the Maroons lead Sonoma Brownstown 49-30. Back with the fourth quarter in a minute from the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Elmo Brownstown after three quarters. Got some stats first from that third period, Matt. Dieterich 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 at the line, 1 of 1 from long range. They out-rebound St. Elmo Brownstown 12-8. Eagles had 2 turnovers. Eagles, though, 2 of 14 from the field, 1 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 1 for 2 at the free throw line.
Dieterich with the ball in the 19-point lead, the Maroons' largest advantage of the night. Looking to add to it is Lucas Westendorf. There's a hook shot in the paint. He can score in all kinds of different ways. He's got 17, and it's 21 points to Dieterich advantage now in the opening stages of the fourth quarter.
Now they just did a nice job of moving the ball.
Now driving in a tough contested shot. As Lowell Wilhauer had that ball almost poked away from him, spun into the lane, put it in off the glass. Lowell has 9. So each team scores in its opening possession in the fourth quarter. Dieterich is way out front now. 19-point lead for the number 2 seed. Westendorf from 18 feet. That one is short. Rebound hits the floor, and tracking it down in the corner is Jack Wilhauer. He gets it to Braden Wilhauer, who brings it across the timeline. He wanted to attack, but the Dieterich defense recovers and makes them set it up. Now the Eagles bringing it in. Lowell Wilhauer crashes in, kicks it out. Open three-pointer for Wilhauer is off the mark. Westendorf for the rebound. Bounce the pass ahead. Bryce Bonoff running the floor. His layup is good. 9 for the freshman. 6:40 to go. It's a 21-point lead for Dieterich.
Yeah, Dieterich has the athletes to be able to do that. Rebound and push it quick.
Well, Bryce Bonoff with another bucket would have his biggest game of his career in high school here on the National Trail Conference tournament floor. But right now, all they're worried about is winning the ball game, as Dieterich has a 21-point lead, and they are not letting up defensively. They are going for the jugular right now. St. Elmo Brownstown trying to work it. Here is Lowell Wilhauer, or rather Grayton. Hands it off to Jack Wilhauer in the corner. He comes all the way out top and now hands it to Lowell. Lowell to Gavin Sanders. Sanders dribbles to the top, bounces the pass to Grayton Wilhauer. They get it down on the block. Trying to back his man down was Monet, but didn't have anything there, so kick it back out. Now Monet has a high post. Looking for Cutter. It's not there, so he throws it out top instead to Graydon Wilhauer. And a lot of time coming off the clock here. And in a 21-point game, long possessions are no longer an option. Ball hit the floor momentarily. Now they're going to settle for a deep 3. That was Gavin Sanders who put it up. Rebound hits the floor. Westendorf has it. Throws a baseball pass down the floor to Tanner Will. He wanted to go up with it, but St. Elmo Brownstown recovered, challenged the shot, and it's knocked out of bounds. Dieterich will keep it.
Good job by Gavin Sanders. Prevent that opportunity.
It looked like an easy 2 points after the pass from Westendorf. Instead, it's going to be a three-pointer out of the inbound play. Gavin Meinhardt too strong with it, but then Sanders, after catching the rebound on that long shot, just couldn't reestablish control of the basketball. Lost it out of bounds, and Dieterich's going to get it back.
So a rebound and a turnover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to have to be, unfortunately, for Mr. Sanders. Now holding out top is Landon Keck. Dieterich at a certain point can be pretty patient with his possessions if it wants to be. Ahead by 21 with just 5 minutes left. Instead, Westendorf wants to score some more. That's a really tough look. Can't get it to go. He tried to tip it back up. Goes out of bounds. He kind of took a shot to the face as he tried that tip back. It's incidental, according to the officials, and it goes out of bounds in favor of St. Elmo Brownstown. Benji Lau back in the game for the Eagles as Monet has a seat. Gavin Sanders also sat down, and I think Plum returns to the action for Coach Greg Fiesel.
Yep, looks like he's out there.
Wilhauer is the man who brings it across the timeline for the Eagles as we're under the 5-minute mark now. 21-point deficit for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Coaches making moves. Both of these teams will have 3 games in between now and Saturday.
Well, Lau tried to hand it a three-pointer and couldn't get that one to go down.
Somehow it popped out.
Yeah, it looked good out of the hand, and Lau hit 3 of them in the first half, but that one doesn't drop. So an empty trip for the Eagles. Dieterich with the ball. Again, well, they were trying to run a patient possession, but that pass went right through the hands of Gavin Meinhardt and out of bounds. Sophomore didn't look at him. That's a rare turnover for the Maroons, their first of the quarter.
5th in the game.
That's a good number, Matt.
That's a great number.
That's why the Maroons are going to move on, barring something really strange happening in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds of this quarter. Vadim Plum tried to drive in. Got cut off, so he'll leave it with a teammate behind him. Wilhauer driving to the basket. As he was going up for that shot, though, had it stripped away and out of bounds. And now we're going to see Parker Doty into the game for the first time for the Eagles. The 5'6" senior replaces Jack Wilhauer in the lineup, and Dieterich will counter with its own man getting in for the first time. Andrew Hall, a 6-foot junior, checks into the contest. Also, Braylon Williams getting back in there. He will replace Brock Niemerk. It is not Braylon's first time on the floor. Braden Wilhauer gets the inbound pass, gets it to Wilhauer under the basket, and as he tried to go up for a shot under the bucket, he got fouled. Was it on the floor, though? It was on the floor.
Yeah, they called it on the floor. He was trying to squirm for a shot. Foul whistled on Braylon Williams as he got in with the push. It's his team's first of the 4.
Now they bounce it in on the block. That's a catch for Benji Lau. He tried to go up strong with a shot. Couldn't get her to go, though, and Westendorf with the rebound. From one end of the floor to the other. Westendorf with the acrobatic layup on the left side. Got it to go and the foul. Westendorf has 19 points, and that was kind of an exclamation point on this game right here, Matt.
Yeah, and in the second half, he's kind of been packing the numbers on into the scoring book, or into the scorebook, both with the points, and he's built up 8 rebounds now.
Acrobatic bucket. He missed the free throw, though. Hasn't had a fantastic night there as the rebound came down to Doty for the Eagles. So it's a 23-point Dieterich lead, still their largest of the game, and now trying to drive the baseline on the other end of the floor is Graydon Wilhauer. Stepped on the said baseline. Second Eagles turnover of the quarter. So 23 points, the Dieterich lead, under 4 minutes to go now, 3:37 to be exact in this game. St. Elmo Brownstown was down just 5 points at halftime, but it's been all Maroons in this second half. Now Bryce Bonoff goes to the rim. 11 for him, a career-high scoring output. And the Maroons continue to pile on. 57-32. There's a three-pointer, though. And that one is Graydon Wilhauer who knocked it down. St. Elmo Brownstown gets the timeout. 3:17 to go. It's 57-35. Dieterich leads back in 30 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Oh, Graydon Wilhauer got the three-pointer, and St. Elmo Brownstown got the timeout. Eagles still trail by 22, 3:17 to go in this game, but I think mostly Eagles are trying to get a few more people in the game. Dodge Willems, the 5'7" sophomore, is in there for the first time, along with Lucas Powell, a 5'11" junior. Anybody else new in the game for the Eagles?
Not that I've seen, but we're on the opposite end now.
Well, Bryce Bonoff says, I'm not done trying to score yet. The freshman goes to the basket, attacking from the left baseline. He's fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go back to the line where he's had several opportunities tonight.
Still got to play the game the right way, and when the opportunity provides itself, we're over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know, you got to take advantage and, again, keep playing the game the right way, as that foul is picked up by Parker Doty, his first, team second.
Ben McDaniel, a 6'2 senior for the Moving Maroons, replaces Tanner Will. I would imagine Will's night is over.
Yep.
3:05 left.
Decent guess.
I have seen a game or two. Not exactly going out on a limb there. Another sub is at the scorer's table, and Bonoff makes the free throw to get him into the game. Bryce, a 2-for-2 trip. He's got 13, and it's actually Landon Keck who checks out of the game as Gavin French, a 5'11 sophomore, gets in for the first time for the Maroons. 3 minutes to go. It's a 24-point lead for Dieterich. St. Elmo Brownstown with the ball. And there's a nice pass from one side of the lane to the other as Lucas Powell found Benji Lau for the bucket. Benji's got 11.
That was a nice job of creating that opportunity for Lau by Powell.
Powell to Lau. Rolls off the tongue.
Something.
So Dieterich with the ball now. Andrew Hall holding it out on the left wing, out top to Bonoff. Bonoff with a hesitation move, drove in a bit, now kicks back out. Trying a three-pointer is Braylon Williams. Can't get it to go, but the weak side rebound is corralled by Gavin French. French will get it to Bonoff. We'll set things back up. 2:20 to go. We are deciding the final score as Dieterich is going to move on to the semifinals. McDaniel top the ball in the paint, leaves it back out for French. French has got it top of the key, working on Dodge Willems. Now they leave it for McDaniel out on the wing. Never used his dribble, wanted to get it to Bonoff. Bonoff is out there, dribbles a couple of times, gets it over on the top. Now they'll swing it down to McDaniel. Turnaround shot off the block. Senior couldn't get it to go. Lau with the rebound for the Eagles.
That would have been a popular make, I
think so. Lau brought it up the floor himself, left it with a teammate. That teammate drove in for a moment. That was Willems. Couldn't get the shot to go. Lucas Powell trying that same pass across the lane to Lau. He tried a minute ago. Couldn't connect. It was knocked out of bounds off Dieterich, and now Lau takes the seat as Dieterich gets number 20, Keelan Spiegel, a 6-foot junior, into the game.
So that'll be his first opportunity, and he makes the catch.
Now they got it to Calvin Belker. He's also in the game for the first time. Had him momentarily. Lucas Powell put up a shot fake from the corner there and then tried a spin move and got bumped by a Dieterich player, so that's going to be a Maroon foul.
Andrew Hall picked up the foul. It's his first, team second, and Dieterich making some more substitutions.
Yeah, Braylon Williams is going to sit down as Draven Holman, a 5'9 senior, gets into the game. So Dieterich able to pretty much empty the bench. They've got control of this game. A 22-point lead, 1:20 to go in the game. Driving in is Willems. Back out to a teammate up top. And there is Lucas Powell with a strong move to the basket. The junior's bucket is good. He's got 2, and it's a 20-point difference.
He's been able to get to the basket and create for himself and teammates.
Final minute of this quarterfinal game. Dieterich with the ball and the 20-point lead. Driving in that was losing the basketball for Dieterich. They lost momentarily to Meinhardt, but they're able to reestablish the possession off the loose ball. They might just be trying to work it around and kill the last now 42 seconds off the clock. Andrew Hall with it. No, he wants to drive in, kicks it back out, and there's a three-pointer tried by Holman. Left it short. Rebound, though, comes down to Meinhardt. They get it out to Holman. I think they want Holman to shoot.
Probably.
Holman's got it again, but he says, there's somebody in front of me. I can't put that shot up, so he'll give it to Hall, down to 20 seconds in the game. They'll get it down to McDaniel now on the block. McDaniel off the glass, and the senior gets one to go from the right side. Ben McDaniel with 2 points, 61-39, 10 seconds left. Now here's a three-pointer on the other end, missed by St. Elmo Brownstown as Willems missed it, but then Spiegel got the rebound and the putback, and that's going to be the last thing that happens as the final buzzer sounds. A 20-point win for the Dieterich Moving Maroons. The number 2 seed defeats St. Elmo Brownstown 61-41 and advances to the semifinals Friday night, where they will face the winner of our next game between Altamont and South Central. So St. Elmo Brownstown, a valiant effort in the first half, just kind of ran out of steam in the second half, and it will be Dieterich moving on. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show for this first game, chats with both coaches, look at the stats, and then get set up for that aforementioned Altamont South Central game. All that when we are back in a minute Or back in a minute and a half here on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Life's little moments just got sweeter with cashback checking from Washington Savings Bank. Earn cash back on everyday debit card purchases because treating yourself or your loved ones should be easy.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
McMahon Meats would like to wish all area teams good luck this basketball season. Join the McMahon Meats Loyalty Club. Text BACON to 217-515-MEAT to receive a text with our weekly specials, along with a coupon for 1 pound of bacon free with a minimum $50 purchase. McMahon Meats, where quality and convenience meet tradition.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. Call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-30.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
Well, a big second half for Dieterich means that the number 2 seed in this NTC boys basketball tournament is moving on. The Moving Maroons defeat number 7 St. Elmo Brownstown 61-41. This game was tied at halftime after a 14-7 opening quarter lead. The Maroons saw St. Elmo Brownstown outscore them 17-15 in the second period. It was a 5-point game, 29-24 at the half, but then a big third quarter. The third quarter was the difference. 20-6, Dieterich outscored St. Elmo Brownstown, take a 49-30 lead into the final period. And they played pretty close in that fourth quarter. Dieterich outscored them 12-11, but obviously after the big third quarter, that wasn't near enough for the Eagles. St. Elmo Brownstown falls to 9-10. They're on the consolation side of the NTC bracket now. They'll face either South Central or Altamont, the loser of this game, getting ready to come up. Well, Dieterich will face the winner of this game, the Moving Maroons, 17-4 on the year. We expect both coaches to come up and have a chat with us about that game. And Matt is continuing to work on those stats. But why don't we go ahead or do you want to go ahead? And give us some numbers there, Matt?
That would be ideal, I think.
Okay, go for it then.
As the team numbers I have put together for you, Dieterich 23 of 42 from the field is 55%. They were 13 of 19 at the free throw line for 68%, and 2 of 8 from beyond the arc at 25%. St. Elmo Brownstown 16 of 38 from the field at 42%. They were 1 of 2 at the free throw line for 50%, and 9 of 24 from beyond the arc at 38%. Dieterich had a 24-16 rebounding advantage. They also had the advantage with turnovers. Dieterich only committed 5 turnovers in this ball game. St. Elmo Brownstown just 12. Remember, they had 6 in the opening quarter, so they did a better job of taking care of it throughout the remainder of the game also. Taking a look at the individual numbers here quickly. For Dieterich, they were led by Lucas Westendorf, 9 of 14 from the field, 0 of 2 at the free throw line, 8 rebounds with 19 points. Landon Keck, 5 of 9 from the field, 5 of 7 at the free throw line, finished with a couple of rebounds and 15 points. 7 points for Tanner Will, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 rebounds, 7 points. I had him with 5 steals in this ball game as he was just all over the place on the defensive end. Jackson Funneman finished the ball game 0 for 2 from the field. He was 1 for 2 at the free throw line with a point and a rebound. Also, Brock Niemer, 2 for 4 from the field, 4 rebounds and 4 points. Bryce Bonoff off the bench tonight, 7 of 8 from the field, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 13 points. Gavin Meinhardt with 3 rebounds. He was 0 for 1 from the field. Raven Williams 0 for 1 from the field. And Ben McDonald, 1 for 2 with 2 points. Draven Holman 0 for 1 from the field. And a rebound for Andrew Hall.
All right, well, Dieterich coach Brett Bonoff has made his way up to the booth, so we've got him saddled up. We'll go ahead and check in with him after the game, Matt. We'll give you those individual stats for St. Elmo Brownstown in a moment. But, Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win. Really nice second half, in particular, a third quarter for your team.
Yeah, thanks. Great win for us against a well-coached team, and we made some adjustments at halftime, and that's good to see.
Well, tell me about those adjustments, because you outscored them 20-6 after a pretty tight first half. Part of it was just that they didn't make as many outside shots, but I assume that some of the things you were doing had an effect on that.
Well, definitely they had 6 threes in the first half, and that's not good. So we definitely talked about that. I think they were 6 for 9, something like that. So when you're giving up that many open threes, it's not a good recipe.
Again, they had kind of an interesting offensive approach, spreading the floor a little bit. But you got athletes, and you were able to force some turnovers early, and really that kind of set the tone for the game. As it turns out, having that 7-point lead after the first quarter, having that cushion was kind of big.
Well, they know we have athletes that, like to get up and down the court, and we like to pressure the ball. But I think in the first half that played in their hands a little bit. We knew they would want to spread us out. We knew they wanted straight-line drive and kicks, and it worked out pretty well for them in the first half. So it was a little disappointing, but also, they were 6 for 9 or whatever it was, so we didn't think that was going to continue.
Now, I mean, it's not fair to Lucas Westendorf, but 19 points is pretty much just what you expect from him. He had his usual fantastic night. Landon Keck, a number of times attacking the basket, finishing the shot and getting himself the chance at the three-point play. Didn't always work out, but not many kids can absorb that contact and still get the shot to go.
Yeah, Landon, I thought, had a great night. He pushed it at the right time and pulled it back at the right time. He finished really well. I just thought he had an excellent game. Lucas as well. He had some big buckets for us. And to be honest, we haven't been playing well the last couple of weeks, and it was good to see our 2 best players have a good night.
And Tanner Will, it's not about point totals for him, but did some really nice things for you. Created some turnovers, especially early, just really making things difficult for them. And again, that doesn't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but it's huge.
Well, he does all the little things for us, and our coaching staff thought he had probably his best game of the season. It might not show up point-wise, but he pressured. He was all over the court, getting some turnover scores, some easy baskets in transition. A lot of that was due to his aggressive defense. And he also takes care of the ball on the offensive side. He limits his turnovers, and you pretty much know what you're going to get out of him. But tonight was a really good game, probably his best game of the season.
And coaches hate when they get asked about their own kids, but 13 points is a high game of the season for Bryce, and it's just nice to see him, a young man, stepping up on this stage and not being uncomfortable off the bench.
Some of that's due to injury. Jackson Funneman's had an ankle that's been giving him problems, so we thought it was a good night for Bryce, and it's good to see him, break out a little bit. There's a lot of pressure there for him to play well, and tonight was a good start.
And, of course, you come in with the number 2 seed, so you got kind of the target on your back in that opening game, and St. Elmo Brownstown gives you a good test, but the ultimate thing here is survive and advance.
Survive. Every team wants to make it to the next night, and, just get back to practice tomorrow, and hopefully we have a really good practice, and we'll watch most of this game coming up, which should be a really good game of 2 really good teams, 2 good coaches, so we're excited to watch that and excited to play Friday.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. We will catch up with you on Friday. Thanks for taking a little time with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. That is Dieterich coach Brent Bonoff. Nice enough to take some time with us. 17-4 on the year he improves to. And they will play again. They'll play Friday night against the winner of this Altamont South Central game. Coach Greg Fiesel for St. Elmo Brownstown waiting patiently in the wings for his turn to talk. And, Coach, you guys shot fantastically in the first half, and it's what you needed to do to be in the ball game. I think you have to be pretty happy with the execution that you got from the guys you had available to you in the game tonight.
Yeah, as good as we executed and did things the first half, the third quarter, we went out here and for some odd reason we just did not run the sets that we were the way we should have. And they're there for a reason, to get you open and get you a shot. And I just thought the whole key was the third quarter. we got our defense held in as long as they could. Then we had to stop doing what we wanted to do, and then that caused us to play a different style. We didn't need to play with these guys.
Are there sometimes games where you just wish that halftime wasn't coming up when you're playing pretty well, and then it stops things, and you got to come back out and refocus?
Yeah, that's exactly right, because we've had trouble in the third quarters and stuff of coming out and playing well. But I don't know. Our kids played well. We got a lot of kids out there that hasn't played a lot of minutes for us, and they're having to now, and that's a concern of ours, because we are, we're kind of behind the 8 ball scoring sometimes anyway. And, we got a few guns out here that's not there, and that hurts us as far as rotation. That's where it hurts us the most.
Now, speaking of scoring, your leading scorer tonight was actually Benji Lau off the bench. Got you some huge three-pointers in that first half. And it wasn't just that he made them. He looked confident. He wanted the ball, and he capitalized.
As soon as Benji decides that he can play a notch above the fresh-off JV level, which I know he can, as soon as he decides that, we got a player on our hands. Kid can shoot it. He can shoot it, and he's long. He's got some rebounding ability. Yeah, the growth of being more aggressive and all that will come along with age, but he just got to tell himself, I belong on this floor right now, period. And as soon as he does that, we got something.
Well, Coach, I could tell you don't have a lot of voice left.
No, I can't get rid. I had this 2 weeks ago, and I cannot solve it. I don't know what's going on.
I'll limit this to one more question. You know that you got one of these two teams warming up next, and you know that the way this tournament works, there's no easy matchup, so the test will keep coming.
Yep, they'll come. This is a great tournament. But if you lack off any scoring a little bit, you will get beaten this tournament in a heartbeat. There's two good teams here. A lot of great athletes on the floor. I thought tonight. The Keck kid, Westendorf. On and on, Niemer, Bonoff, all those kids. Will, they're all good ones. We got Will Howers. So it's fun to compete. But we'd like to have a better ending to this. But this team we knew was going to grow. We're 9-10 now, so we played a pretty good schedule for our size school, and we're learning. But we just got to get some kids to grow up faster than they need to.
Well, Coach, we'll give that voice a rest, and we'll catch back up with you Friday. Have a good day of practice. Tomorrow, we'll see you later on this week.
Thank you.
All right, that's Greg Fiesel, the St. Elmo Brownstown coach. He and all the coaches in the conference nice enough to spend some time with us. So, Matt, probably get those St. Elmo Brownstown individual numbers from you, and then we'll move on to the next game.
Well, you guys were talking about Benji Lau, and rightfully so. He was 4 of 7 from the field, a couple of rebounds, and 11 points to lead them in scoring. 9 points apiece for Lowell and Graydon Wilhauer, and that's been pretty common throughout the year. 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line, and a rebound for Lowell Wilhauer. Graydon Wilhauer was 3 of 5 from the field. He had a rebound as well with his 9 points. 3 points apiece for Gavin Sanders and Baden Plum. They each made a 3. Sanders 1 of 3 from the field with a rebound. Plum 1 of 5 from the field with 5 rebounds. Trent Monet was 1 for 1 from the floor, grabbed a couple of rebounds with his 2 points. And Jack Wilhauer, he was 1, 2, 3, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, a couple of rebounds and in this one. And we work our way through the list. Parker Doty grabbed a rebound. Dodge Wilms tried a shot. It didn't go. Kevin Spiegel was 1 for 1 from the field after he grabbed a rebound and got a put back. And Lucas Powell finished 1 of 1 from the field with 2 points as well, as the Eagles fall to Dieterich here in the opening round game.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Well, I think that'll pretty much put a bow on that matchup, but we've got another game for you. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? When we come back, we'll start getting you ready for number 3 Altamont and number 6 South Central. Back in 90 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.